Oh, welcome back once again. This is your host, Dr. Tulipoment Fumbo, and we continue on the counseling intervention module 3 or module 4. In module 4, we are talking about trauma counseling techniques. Last time we were looking at trauma and crisis intervention models. So let's enjoy the classes and please remember to like the video. So now, what's a trauma? Trauma counseling techniques are methods used by therapists to help individuals process and cope with traumatic experiences. So um, these are techniques that are used to help the client be able to cope up with a stressing or with a a traumatic situation or traumatic experience. So the techniques. So when we talk about techniques, we are talking about the techniques of establishing safety. This is a technique where you're creating a secure environment for clients to share their experience. So when you are counseling somebody trauma, you have to ensure that where you are counseling them, it's a safe environment. It's an environment where the client feels safe and secured. Then you also have to build trust in developing a strong therapeutical relationship based on empathy, understanding, and consistency. So for you to be able to help the client to give therapeutical healing, you need to develop trust with that client. So the client must be able to be free with you. So you develop those trust techniques, and you should be able to be accepted by the client, and the client must be able to express themselves. Then you have to do what is called grounding techniques. The grounding techniques, it's helping clients focus on present moments to reduce flashbacks and dissociation. So now, grounding techniques, that is where now you have to talk about the today, because sometimes the clients they are so much focused on the past, because the past will always bring trauma. You can imagine someone was involved in the accident, as I said last time. Someone the whole of that this person faced, and this person just wants to continue thinking about what happened. So, as a client, as a counselor, you need to help your client to focus on today, to focus on now, and start looking at what is new, what can be, what can happen now. Then the other thing that has to be looked at is emotional regulation, teaching clients to manage emotions and reduce overwhelming. Now, when we say teaching clients, we use the counseling techniques, and how best do you think you can be able to cope up with this situation, or what do you think can be the better way of handling this situation, or uh, how can you be helped in this situation? So that is helping the clients to manage the emotions. So they remember, the clients, they have got solution better than you. So you need to rely and to depend on the client's wisdom, client's autonomy. So let the client speak. So you if you have got a possible solution, you say, okay, for example, here is the client. Uh, I, he has lost the husband and doesn't know what to do. He was the breadwinner and everything. So that's where now you begin to help the client. Is there anything that you can be doing to be able to support yourself? You bring up the issues, and the way you bring it up in counseling, you don't just tell the counselor and say, why can't you start working, why can't you start doing this? No, you just say, uh, Is there anything that you think you can be able to do to support yourself? Then there is also what is called cognitive restructuring and assisting clients to in reframing negative thoughts and beliefs associated with trauma. So in reframing, that is where now they have to, like, what happened, what can they get, what can they learn from the experience, what positive can they learn from the experience. So you help the clients to begin viewing the situation in a positive way. For example, this, as I said, this person leg has been amputated. Like, there is a story that where this person, as this person's went to went into the uh, went to hunt. Then, as he was hunting, then something happened terrible, and everyone in the community started saying, this is something else. Is not lucky. This person is not lucky. This person is not lucky. But the time came when this person, like when he was hunting, he broke his leg, and it happened that they came to look for, they came to take those that are going to go into the battle. Him, he was left, and those that went, they did not come back because they were killed in the battle. And everyone said, this person is lucky, this person is lucky. So even a trauma, even something that is bad, can be turned into a good situation. So sometimes we don't understand what we go through. There are people that whereby he or she was just suffering. After losing the parents, then somebody comes and give them the life that the parents were unable to give them. So that is reframing. Let the client begin to look at the situation positively. Then there is also what is called exposure therapy. That is gradual controlled exposure to traumatic memories or stimuli to reduce avoidance and distress. So that is also whereby you help the client to start focusing on other things. For example, if it is they are always looking at what was happening with the way they were doing it with their husband, how they were moving, the enjoyment and everything. But you help the client now to start looking at the positive side, to start looking at to start going into the places where they have to be involved, maybe in some activities, church activities, community activities, and other things to let them reduce the trauma. Then there is what is called mindfulness, encouraging clients to develop present moment awareness and acceptance. So, mindfulness is looking at the present. Sometimes the past is hollow, and people have got the fear of the future. But what is important is to look at it. Today I've eaten. Why should I worry about tomorrow, which has not yet come? Or why should I worry about yesterday, where I stayed without food? You enjoy the day. Then there is also somatic experiencing, focusing on bodily sensation to process traumatic experiences. So that is where now the client must be able to respond to the body. Then there is narrative exposure, helping clients create a coherent narrative of their traumatic experience. So that is where now they have to be able to talk about it, tell about the exposure and how they are getting out of it. And when they get out of it, they begin to use it as a testimony. Then there is also eye movement, that is desensitization and reprocessing, using bilateral stimulation to process traumatic memories. Then there is trauma focused cognitive, that is behavioral therapy. That is the evidence based approach for children and adolescents. So with the children, that is where now you begin to do like the role play, and you do something that the child is going to that is going to make the child to forget about the situation. Then there is direct behavior therapy, that is combining the CBT and with mindfulness techniques and to manage emotions and behaviors. So these are the techniques that you use as a counselor. So I think you have to look at it in the notes, and I'll give you this as an assignment so that you'll be able to process this material. Thank you so much, and God bless you. Meet you in the next class.